Hello everyone, welcome to Artistically Married, where art and opportunity collide. We're your hosts, Jake Ackerman.
And Brianne Steinberg. All right, and today we have our very good friends. I was so excited because this is our second, also artistically married couple. We've had one other couple on that was like both of them together. So it's exciting. We have Standish and Melody VanSchaik.
Nice to be here.
Yeah. So exciting to have you guys. And you said you haven't done a podcast before.
First time.
No, Melody's not even sure what a podcast is.
Oh my gosh. Chatting, no music? Question mark? Like, no thanks.
We'll adapt.
Yeah. No, it's fun. It's fun to continue to build community around the arts. It's great.
Absolutely.
We got to yell it from the rooftops.
Woo woo.
Awesome. We always like to start off by kind of giving our listeners an idea of what your roots were, kind of what your musical background was. We're always really interested in musicians that like come from a strong background in music, and then some, that weren't interested, and all of a sudden they're like in high school and they kind of pick up music as a hobby. So yeah, what was it like for both of you guys?
I'll go first if you like. The reason why I got into music in the first place was Elvis Presley. When I was a little kid, I got deep into Elvis. We were listening to oldies on the radio all the time, and I kept identifying with the same guy all the time. And I realized all these songs are Elvis songs. And I begged my parents for an acoustic guitar. They bought me one for Christmas, slicking my hair back in a pompadour.
God.
I was combing hair down in front of my ears because I couldn't grow sideburns yet. And I took a couple of lessons from my cousin who played guitar. Then we took a break and he just kind of quit teaching. We never got back to it. And I started teaching myself. A couple of years later, I bought a bass with my sister. Like, we went in on it together.
Amazing. I love that.
I traded her the acoustic so I could just take the bass and go over here and learn Paul McCartney bass lines and Cliff Burton Metallica stuff. Beatles was huge for me, and then the Metallica stuff was huge for me.
Right.
Weird Al was in there somewhere too.
Oh yeah. Weird Al's the best.
We went to go see him just a couple weeks ago.
Come on.
We took Rowdy.
Where was it?
Budweiser stage.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, it was.
We saw him at Art Park. He had did he have a huge orchestra with him?
He had a pretty big band.
Yeah.
He had a lot of stormtroopers on stage with him by the end. Full
Come
Star Wars.
on.
Yeah, costume changes on every song, mid-song.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Shoot, the kids would have loved that.
It's
we took
even better.
Yeah, he's just so great.
Yeah,
His ideas
Annabelle.
are wild.
That was like one of Annabelle's first concerts, I think, is Weird Al. And he like planned ahead with all the Philharmonic symphony orchestras in the area.
I think it was the Buffalo Philharmonic.
So he did all his songs with like string parts in them. It was great.
Yeah, he was huge for me, and as a result, I think I got into a lot of the outsider guys. I mean, I like I say, the Elvis, Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Metallica, these mainstream things, but I really like Frank Zappa and Tom Waits and David Bowie and all these like outside kind of characters whose career model is to be themselves and to have this long-term kind of integrity in their career. That appeals to me.
Cool. And I think just an eccentric character, right? They're trying to break boundaries. They're trying to influence and do new stuff. They're always coming up with new stuff, so that's cool. You're definitely that vibe. You got all of that, man. You're killing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, all your idols would be very impressed.
I appreciate
with you. Awesome. Mel, what about you?
I came from a musical family. There's always guitars around, and it wasn't until I figured out how to set up a record player and then I put on that Beatles record, and then that was it for me.
Nice.
I was I gotta be a bass player. I love Paul McCartney. He's left-handed. I'm left-handed. It's just gonna work like that. So yeah, I got into bass probably when I was 12, 13, and then started in a band a few years later, and that was that.
Wow, that's both really young.
Yeah,
it's been a lifelong thing for both of us, really.
Cool. That's got to be something with the Van, right? Like the Van Traps, Van Shakes.
Maybe,
just Dutch musicians.
Van Halen.
Yeah, Van Halen, totally. So I guess you were kind of talking about it, but do you have a defining moment where you're like, yep, this is it. It's going to be music for me?
I never really looked back after that first guitar. I mean, looked at photos of that not that long ago. My parents took, it was Christmas morning, I got that guitar.
Yeah.
And there's one picture where I'm in my pajamas with this brand new acoustic guitar, smiling. And 5 minutes later, I've gone upstairs, gotten a costume on, done my hair, and I'm staring down the camera like I want to beat it up. Like,
That's
just
amazing.
angry face, but it's a show.
You still have that picture.
Somewhere, yeah, my parents do.
You should make Roddy recreate it.
He's his own guy. I don't think he's that interested in recreating what I'm doing.
Okay, all right.
He's forging his own path.
Is he playing music
That's
yet?
good.
He's just getting into it now.
Okay, yeah. I was bugging him when I caught up with him last year. I was just like, come on, what instrument? Come on, pick one. He was just like, lay off. Both my parents are musicians.
Gave him a bass last year.
Okay.
And he went and played a talent show with it. But he's already kind of saying, oh, I'm moving past that. I want a guitar.
Okay.
So we'll see where that goes.
I love that. Yeah, and how about you? Do you have like a moment that you were just like, yeah, this is it. I'm going to be a musician?
You know, it's always just been a part of who I am.
Yeah, and especially playing at 12, right? You wouldn't have go back and have that's young.
Yeah,
to be playing music already.
Well, my name's Melody, so it's just right there, right?
You're destined for it. Amazing. Were you guys both from Niagara? You guys born and raised?
Yeah, I grew up in Port Colborne.
Okay.
And my parents are still living there.
Cool. I don't get there a lot, but we just had our dance recital there at Lakeshore.
Nice.
Did you go there?
No, I went to Port High.
Okay.
My friend Phil Bosley.
Yeah?
He went to Lakeshore.
Okay.
And we kind of met just afterwards. I met him at a bar in Port Colborne called Patty Green's that had
the only bar in Port Colborne?
At the time.
Yeah.
There's maybe two now. But it was the only place that had a jam night, and it didn't card too heavily. So we were both in there at 17, 18 years old.
Oh my gosh.
On a Sunday night.
Amazing. I love that. And you were from Niagara?
Straight out of North End, St. Catharines.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Amazing. So yeah, you're both local. Any way that your hometown kind of shaped your musical taste and style?
I would say it was an outlet that got me out of the house. I became kind of reclusive, I think. In my adolescence.
Am still? No?
From innocent childhood where I wouldn't have thought about it to an age where a lot of my friends were going out and playing sports and doing things like that. I was never really a sports guy.
Right.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
so
see there.
I'm not sure how to connect with them.
Right.
But then I had that bass. A friend of mine knew a drummer, knew a guitar player. He's like, these guys need a bass player. Why don't you go jam with them, sort of thing. And from that point, I was in it, and it got me out of the house. That might have been that defining moment you were looking for in a way.
Yeah. Just being like, what am I going to do to make friends?
Yeah. And
it's true. As a teenager, right? That's what you're thinking. You're like, yeah, like you said, you're seeing all these people hanging out in these different, hobbies. And yeah, it makes it really hard. And then you're just like, I know, I'm going to start a band. And did that band make it?
I wouldn't say so. I mean...
make it to a practice? Few practices?
To a practice. The first gig that we did was like a house party.
Okay.
I met a friend of mine named Eric McKay. His parents were out of town. It was one of those, and we went to his house to play a gig on his deck, sort of thing. And he had his band there too. Where I drank my first beer, probably.
Oh.
So yeah.
At 17, no.
15, 16, probably.
Yeah. Hilarious. 15?
Something like that.
Wow. Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
I was probably 15 too.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound so young now?
I know. Imagine Roddy drinking a beer.
Yeah, as a parent.
2 years.
Edit
He's
that out
13?
before my kid hears it.
Next week he's going to be 13.
Come on. I know. I can't even imagine at 15 or my kid drinking, but I feel like it's crazy. I feel like they're so much more exposed to so many things, but they're still so much more naive than we were. They don't get out. They don't take risks as much as we did. So
True.
I actually read something that kids these days are not drinking at all. And
that's good. He's definitely anti-smoking, which I appreciate.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great when they're already kind of, I don't know. Good for them.
Yeah.
They'll save themselves a lot of heartache. I was going to ask what the first time you guys remember performing on stage. You can talk about maybe a favorite time that you had performing on stage.
So
good luck. Out of the 9 billion times that you've been on a stage.
I'm sure there's memorable ones.
Favorite.
Yeah, do you have a favorite? The question was first time performing on stage, but you could do a favorite if you like.
So first time, other than that house party, which wasn't technically a stage.
Was there a stage? Was it a coffee table?
Pardon me.
Was it a couch? Okay, yeah. So yeah, you could do first time, or you could do favorite.
First time on stage, I remember playing the band shell in Port Colborne at the park.
Oh yeah, yeah.
H.H. Knoll.
Yeah, that place is nice.
Yeah, and it was some sort of youth organization that got a bunch of local bands together.
Cool.
And I thought it was going to be a big deal. I remember I had this Master of Puppets t-shirt, and the sleeves had these big holes in the armpits, and I tore the sleeves off before the thing, thinking it would be cool.
Gosh.
Went and played this show. And it was a bizarre kind of setup. It was me and Eric McKay, this guy I mentioned. We were in the same band by this point, and his brother was playing drums. We had a couple of originals that we played, but there was also, we played things like Stairway to Heaven and Little Wing and One by Metallica. Like, we were trying to play like something complicated, but all those are such long ballady things too.
Right.
Like, it was, we're overreaching a little bit, to say the least.
That's amazing.
But I had a lot of fun doing it, and by that point I had kind of graduated back to guitar, which I feel like most of the decisions I made that way had to do with somebody's got to do it. So in that first band I was in, they were like, "Who's going to sing?" I'm like, "I guess I'll sing," because nobody else wanted to. And they're like, "Well, we should have some original songs." And I'm like, I guess I could write a song.
Yeah.
And the same thing. Then the guitar player bails. We need a guitar player. I'm like, I guess I'll play guitar.
Wow.
I feel like that's just what I've been doing my whole career.
Yeah, just filling in and killing it.
Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it. Do you remember your first time on stage?
My first gig, yes, it was a battle of the bands.
Yes.
A high school battle of the bands.
Amazing.
And yeah, it was fun. We got in trouble for drinking in the bathroom. We were playing some originals. We ended up winning, so it was a good kind of start to it all.
Amazing.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago. I was still in high school.
Amazing. You guys are the winners, except you're also suspended
Yeah.
for drinking at school.
Wasn't our high school.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, we got away scot-free.
Amazing. It was a battle of the bands at someone else's school?
Yeah,
So they would have been mad at you then.
Yeah. Outsiders.
I won a battle of the bands when I was a teenager as well, and they were mad at me as well because I got called the day of. Like, somebody had dropped out of this thing. They had an open slot, and it's been booked for a month or whatever. They called me on the day of, "Can you come and do it?" I'm like, "Not with a band, but I could come by myself." And they're like, so I show up with an acoustic guitar, and it's a day and age where a lot of the other bands were like Korn and Limp Bizkit inspired heavy new metal 7-string detuned stuff. So there's a lot of like crazy heavy stuff going on.
Yeah.
I did this set where I played a bunch of different open tunings in a row where I'd change a string, play a song, change another string, play a different song, ran through a bunch of different tunings on the guitar.
Interesting.
And I won this thing.
So totally different vibe.
It was a little thing at the Port Colborne Legion.
Okay.
And but yeah, it was like $100 I won, I think.
It's amazing.
But they were
They
mad
call
at
it
me.
a ringer.
There's all these like 7-string players with dreadlocks going, "Yeah, you show up with your acoustic guitar."
Yeah, kick our butts. Yeah, then the other question I had was, the most monumental show. So yeah, what was your favorite performance?
One that sticks out in my head, I got to play this place called Green Hall down in Texas.
Okay.
With a band called the Roger Marin Band. I toured with them for about 3 years. And Green Hall's an amazing historical kind of place. Like, you walk in, there's all these pictures on the wall that were like all these famous rockabilly guys played there, Chuck Berry and Jerry Lee Lewis, guys like that. They shot part of this John Travolta movie called Michael there.
Okay, yeah.
There's a little documentary where ZZ Top go and play there.
Wow.
It's a neat building. So
Yeah.
I got to go and play there, and we opened for Bill Kirchen, who he was part of the Commander Cody that wrote the song Hot Rod Lincoln.
Okay.
Which is a tune that when I was a little kid,
into?
I remember sitting there with my dad, and because he knew about cars, I was asking him what the words were. So I'm sitting there writing down, he's like 4-barrel carb. I'm like, what's that? I'm like,
okay.
He's helping me translate the car lyrics.
That's wild that you have a memory of that. And then to associate it with like being there in that venue.
Memory is a large part of how I do what I do.
Yeah. Yeah, you're such a storyteller. Like you're always like pulling from like the, wild stories that have happened in your life. It's so fun. I love it. Yeah, I didn't mention this before, but me and Rod worked together on a musical.
Yeah.
Back in the day. And yeah, you're so fun with like your storytelling. I get that. That comes through with like it being like a pulling from memories type of experience. Cool.
Absolutely.
And Mel, what was your favorite stage experience?
One that sticks out was I went on a little tour to England with one of my first bands, and we ended up playing the Cavern in Liverpool.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
It was really cool because by then I was like such a huge Beatles fan, and just to be in Liverpool and kind of see all the people. I mean, mind you, it wasn't the original Cavern stage, but just to like be there and sense the vibe.
It's like redone?
Yeah, they had like a back room with like another stage and a bar area.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fun. I think that's like a big part of why we like, going, we do a lot of like, I want to go to that show, and I'll specifically pick one that's like in a location that we want to go to. And I think, you guys both touched on it, and it just happens so much, even if you're just going to a show, but especially when you get to be on that stage, just walking the same footsteps as like, some like idols or people that you were mentors to you, or somebody, that stands out to you, and kind of walking the same steps that they did is so exciting. And some of these buildings are unbelievable. Like the time, energy, and art that goes into the building itself is always like blows my mind. We just did King's Theater in New York and Brooklyn.
Cool.
And it was a rebuild project, but like, oh my gosh, just the art that goes into like some of the like vaulted ceilings and
oh yeah, just amazing.
I love it. Do you guys have a pre-show ritual?
I mean, we always put hands in. Lately, we've been doing this series of musical theater projects with Linusand.
Yeah, I want to hear all about this.
The first one that we were involved in was Canadiana, which is a bunch of Canadian music, the Canadian songwriters and that sort of thing.
Can you give us some examples of who was in it? I was trying to ask my dad because he went to see it and he was blown away.
Yeah, I mean, Gordon Lightfoot or the Bare Naked Ladies or the Tragically Hip, any number of things like that.
Okay, so like some diversity. It wasn't just like a specific genre.
Like even if there's Canadian members, like if it's Buffalo Springfield or the Mamas and the Papas and that sort of thing.
Oh, come on.
So there's some crossover there.
Shania, Joni Mitchell, and that as well too.
Oh yeah, amazing. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
There was so many artists to choose from that like our original list of tunes for the project was so long we had to cut it down significantly.
Yeah.
But we've been doing that for more than a year now.
Cool.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
And you do a
well, particularly
everybody hands in the pot.
That was the first one we were doing, and then Canadiana led into Road to Hotel California that we've been doing out of Yuck Yucks, and there we're always hands in before we go, sort of thing.
Ah, so fun.
Yeah.
Not doing shots like in high school.
No shots at these shows anymore.
Amazing.
No, maybe a beer.
Yeah. I know. I'm just teasing. But yeah, no, it's funny to talk to musicians and everybody has like their own little like ritual that they do before. I'm trying to think of like the craziest thing we've heard, but nothing's coming to mind. That was fun though. Hands in. I'm trying to get my dancers to do that before they go on stage, like yell something. I'm like, what are we gonna yell? They're like, we don't want to yell. I'm like, you have to yell something. It pumps you up, Just think of something to scream and yell.
A battle cry of sorts.
Yeah, exactly. We need a battle cry. Exactly. That's how I'm gonna pitch it to them next time. So that leads me right into it. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on your rock stuff with Linus, but also I saw you and Joseph. We were talking off air. I was blown away. I've seen the original and I was like, he might be better.
Yeah.
That's very kind of you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It felt good to do that because, like I was telling you before, I was doing tech for him. I was working as a sound man or running the spotlight or whatever, and then I just asked him to let me know when auditions were, and ended up.
He's like, you have it. You got the part. 100%.
Ended up on the other side of the curtain. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It's just such like. I mean, obviously musicals all look differently depending on the cast, but like that's just such like a one part heavy production. Like, not you could be the lead, but still like share a lot of the responsibilities in the songs and the speaking part. Like there can still be like multiple main cast members in a performance. That was all you.
Well, the narrator's a huge role in that one.
Yeah,
too.
that's true. Yeah, okay.
But yeah, Joseph's definitely a big part. But it was a good one to get back into theater with. I'd always been interested in theater. I did a bunch in high school.
Okay.
And then I did a couple of years in the Port Colborne Operatic Society afterwards. And
wow.
then, you and I did that rock opera kind of thing.
Yeah. I remember like a little bit you telling me about it then. But yeah, I always wondered like if you had like acting training.
Not a huge amount. No, everything I do is more or less self-taught. But
because someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it. So yeah, you just get up and do it.
Oh my gosh.
But it was a good role to get back into that with because it wasn't a lot of dialogue. It was all music.
Okay.
When you think about it, there's not a lot of spoken word in that piece.
No, that's
it's
true.
Song.
They'll say two things and then it'll go into the song, yeah.
Yeah.
Were you really into the soundtrack before you did the musical?
I would say I was aware of it. I had never pictured being into it until I was in it. Like, I like theater, but I was more familiar with, like, Guys and Dolls or Little Shop of Horrors or Grease or stuff like that. Stuff on the rock and roll side of it.
Okay. Well, you were so good, and the play was so awesome. So you said and then the other one was the musical stuff. So yeah, now you're doing that at Yuck Yucks?
Yeah, Road to Hotel California. Both of these plays that we mentioned, we're also doing out of Casino Rama occasionally too.
Fun.
Yeah, we're going up there August 17th. And
amazing.
Yeah.
At Futurama. At Futurama.
I've been watching a lot of that too.
Like, really? That was supposed to be, I was literally in my back of my head playing, we're trying to do that as our Halloween theme.
Nice.
It's on the brain. At Casino Rama. That's in the States?
No, up in
Barrie,
Aurelia.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of Seneca. Okay, Casino Rama. That's very cool. And what's the stage like there?
It is much bigger and it's a more elaborate production when it's there. But yeah.
That's so cool. How many of you are involved?
Depends on the play, but we got a 5-person cast going up on the 17th for Hotel California. Last time we were there, we did Canadiana.
Okay. Yeah, I was just, I just caught up with Linus Hand from Linus Hand Productions, and yeah, he was saying that. He was like, it's so predictable working with adults, I think is what he said.
So nice consistency.
Yeah, 5 adults versus, 200 children.
Yeah, and like I say, doing the tech for him during those productions, if you're running 17 to 24 wireless microphones on a whole cast of kids, and there's 3 casts for every show that rotate in, and it's like weekdays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and a different cast on a 3-day rotation.
That's insanity.
Yeah, that's intense.
It's a lot.
One of my students is Ella Sacco. I don't know if you know Ella. She's been in like all of Linus's stuff.
I think
her roles are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But she started when she was little with him. We have lots of like overlapping like students, the two of us. So yeah, it's always fun. It's always fun getting dancers' experiences like that because you're like, oh, this is actually like a functional performance. Like getting into the arts. I mean, getting into dance and then getting into the arts and like using your dance in the arts is always really exciting. It's just a more functional way of like using dance instead of like go on stage, do the thing, go off stage. No, I like it when it's musical opportunities like that. It's fun. Cool. Anything else that you guys are working on now in terms of musicality stuff?
Well, like I say, I was just finishing a new record. So we have a project that me and Mel are in called The Outlaws of Sherwood.
Oh, fun.
And we've put out 4 records to date. The 5th one is just about to come out.
Holy.
So the 5th record is called First and Last.
Okay.
And it's a batch of 11 tunes. Mel played bass on all of them. And I kind of just kept layering other stuff on it until it was done.
Nice.
Amazing.
Because somebody has to do it.
Yeah.
You guys must work so well together on like art projects to be able to like collaborate like that.
Well, Mel's pretty patient and tolerant.
We do click though, musically, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel like anytime we get collaborating on stuff, we don't agree a lot.
That can be good good though, you know, you work it out.
Yeah,
You
eventually
learn
we get to an ultimatum, but yeah, we push each other where it's, you know, it's nice when you can just sit down and like collaborate with people.
I'd say we have very complementary skill sets where Mel's way better at multitasking than me, and I've got way more solid singular focus.
Okay.
But if I get into something, I go deep down into it, and I don't see other things.
Right.
And she's very good at like.
Okay, this needs to get done first because this is coming up, but this can wait. We can put this on the back burner. Yeah. I think that's a female thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
But I really appreciate it with him because I can say to him, like, okay, get this done. Like, don't do 5 minutes of it and then go do something else. Do it until it's done and he'll do it. Whereas I can't focus long enough because I still have like 9 other things happening at the same time. So yeah, I think that might be like a female-male thing, which is, it's nice. Yeah, it's nice to work together. I did have one more question, and I thought it was interesting, kind of the, and I'm sure you're gonna tell me there was like 5 years in between there, but I thought it was really interesting, kind of going from the contrast of Joseph versus the rock and roll, you know, musicals that you're getting into.
And I think that might have had to do with basically sneaking a guitar on stage during Joseph. So like when we were first looking at it, we were trying to find a backing track for the reprise of the final song.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a satisfactory track at our disposal. So I was like, I could play it on guitar, and that the director liked that idea. So I ended up playing it on guitar during the show. And sometimes I play it behind my head.
Yeah, it was crazy. I thought the crowd was going to faint. They were so excited.
And then he's aware that I could play guitar. So I just kind of rolled into these musical workshops. So I've been musical director of these other ones.
Amazing.
And,
wait, you're performing and directing at the same time?
I'm musical director. So he's the director overall. But yeah, I've been in charge of arranging the music, getting the band coordinated, getting the harmonies going, stuff like that.
You must love that he can trust you.
Yeah, he seems to keep throwing work my way, so I think he's happy.
Amazing.
That's great.
Yeah, I love
that. So yeah,
that.
Canadiana, and then the Road to Hotel California, we did a Christmas play called the $1 Million Christmas Miracle.
Oh, fun.
And like 3 different venues between those shows. And I've got another one that I've been pitching to him that we're working on, where I've kind of drafted up a rough draft called Rock and Roll Heaven.
Okay.
So that's kind of on the to-do list.
Can you give us a sneak peek? What's the concept?
The basic concept is that a musician has a near-death experience, and whether it's real or not, he's convinced that he's gone to rock and roll heaven and met all these rock stars who have passed on, and he comes back and relates the experience to his band. So it's another like musical review sort of thing. It's basically just a way of loosely binding these songs together.
Right.
So it's really about playing the music.
Right, yeah. Picking the music that you want to highlight. But yeah, it is fun if you kind of pick...
And we've lost some amazing people.
I was just going to say that it's amazing if you can kind of celebrate the music of, like, you know, musicians that
Brian Wilson,
passed
Ozzy
away.
Osbourne.
Yeah. Use those in your pitch. Good examples for your pitch. Amazing. I ended up rewriting. So usually when our podcast guests come on, Jacob will be the only one to know this. I usually have like 20 questions, and then I went on your Facebook and I'm like, oh my gosh, you have been so busy. So yeah, I was asking you off air about working with a YouTube channel, or working with like almost a TV. They were doing like TV shows.
It was a number of collaborations I've done with
Forest Captain
David Green.
Yeah.
He had done some short films.
That's what I was looking at, yeah.
And the first one was a horror movie, sort of, because they're all kind of comedy movies.
I was going to say, I think it was funny.
But there was a horror element.
There was a bad thing happening, yeah.
Called Gorge.
Oh.
And we did the soundtrack for that as the Outlaws of Sherwood.
Okay.
And then it rolled in. He kept doing these short films. I kept supplying him with soundtracks. And then he commissioned a song from me that ended up on a Outlaws of Sherwood record called The Harder They Fall. It was for a film project of the same name.
Yep.
And then most recently, he had a Star Trek parody called Forest Captain.
That's what I was watching, Forest Captain. Yeah.
And it gave me a chance to kind of dabble into some sort of symphonic element because I wanted to reflect those old sci-fi symphony kind of pieces.
Yeah.
And it was fun to arrange some strings and horns and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I did it all kind of like a digital version of that. But
Okay. Yeah, I was watching it. I was like, oh, this would be so fun to work on.
absolutely.
What a fun project. Is he still making them?
There was talk of doing a musical episodes, so that may happen as well. There's always more irons in the fire, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is. David Green?
David Green. He's a local stand-up comedian. He's doing pretty well with
the name sounded so familiar, and I was trying to place it, and I was trying to look up him. I'm like, yeah, what is he doing in the area? Okay.
Yeah.
So he does stand-up comedy.
He does stand-up comedy.
Okay.
And he'd make short films every now and then. So.
Yeah. I was dying. I thought it was so funny. I guess it's my type of humor. But a fun project to work on. I was just gonna ask you what he's doing in the future, if you're thinking about kind of continuing to work on projects like that.
Absolutely. I mean, every now and then I'll just get a call from him. Sometimes I'm able to do it, sometimes it's not. Last time he messaged me, it was like a 24-hour film challenge or something. He was like, and I wasn't home. I got this message.
He was trying to participate in it?
Do you have a song about zombies you could give me before tomorrow?
You're like, all right, hold on, let me check the catalog.
I kind of do.
Yeah?
Probably have several songs about zombies, but I'd have to be home to give them to you.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's hard.
That could have been Jason's Film Festival. They had the 24-hour film challenge, I think.
Probably exactly
Yeah.
what it was.
Oh, yeah, I operated out of the pack.
Yeah.
It could
St.
have been.
Catherine's?
I
You
didn't
didn't
got the
know?
message.
Just got the call,
Hilarious.
yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, we had that was our first artistically married couple that we had on. They're working on a film education program.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was so cool.
He had done a couple music videos for us in exchange as well. So when we had done scores for him, and then he did a music video for us for a song called I Don't Want Water on the first Outlaws of Sherwood record.
Okay.
And another one for Another Drink, which both of those turned out pretty good. There's a sense of humor to those songs that they lent themselves to that. He did another one for a heavy metal project I had called Evil Monster. He did one for a song called The Phantom Hot Rod.
Amazing. He's just doing the film part?
Yeah, just
Filming
making music videos, yeah.
So fun. Where did you get the name from? For your band?
Outlaws of Sherwood?
Yeah.
I have a family cabin, and we had often referred to it as Sherwood Forest.
Okay.
And when I was trying to come up with a new band name at the time we were starting that project, I wanted to come up with something not from a marketing angle, but something I would feel good about supporting. Mm-hmm. So to me, it makes me think of the family cabin.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Yeah. I've brought friends up there and jammed up there and that sort of thing. And it's
where the best collaborations happen, at cottages and cabins.
Yeah.
Is Sherwood Forest, isn't that a Robin Hood reference?
Yeah.
Absolutely it is.
Okay. That's where the area, how you name the cabin?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we were living in Western Hill at the time, and our backyard was kind of a forest as well. So there was an element of that where we were living.
Oh, cool. I think the Robin Hood story is great, especially for musicians. That's literally our life.
Yeah.
Between that, trying to make ends meet.
The little guy standing up against the big guy.
Yeah.
I think that's always
and trying to bring whatever, joy that you have to offer. It's always in our juggling and tricks, our value is in our efforts.
Anti-bullying, really.
Yeah, really. I know. It's hard to explain that to the kids in arts because they're going through it the most, right? I always have these plethora of kids in front of me, and I'm always trying to tell them that message. So it's hard because I'm this is your tool in your toolbox. I'm giving you the keys to the most incredible thing that you can do in your life, and it's standing up for yourself and standing up for the people around you. Because an artist, you better get used to it.
Yeah, and to have an actual sense of justice outside of the law, but actual justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is an important thing to instill in anybody as they're growing up.
And it's going to get exceedingly more important, I feel because we are in a weird scenario. We talk about it all the time. We're it's hard to figure out who to trust. Maybe it's just because we were kids and we were young and we weren't really thinking about it, but there is this element that I'm struggling trying to teach our kids, that virtuous part. Because the people who are like political power, the people that are, I mean, maybe it's always been like this. I was young and I didn't get it, but I think there's like this part that is like really, I don't trust like our medical system. I don't trust our, I don't trust any of the powers that are supposed to be taking care of us.
Yeah, it's hard to put your faith in things like that.
Yeah, especially now, more than ever. I'm feeling like I'm trying to teach kids, and I'm like, you need to just figure out what your value system is and what your virtues are without everyone around you telling you stuff. Oh, like social media, right? Like, how are you supposed to tell your kids that, like, oh, this is not good? Yeah, but they're famous, and they're on YouTube, and they're on Instagram, and they're rich.
That's why I think it always comes down to individuals. I mean, if you're talking about installing good morals in somebody as they're being raised, and you're talking about not having faith in large institutions and that sort of thing, I still find that people are good. And when you deal with people one-on-one and you evaluate their intentions and what they want for you and that sort of thing, I do find I have faith in the human race on an individual level.
Yeah. Me too, especially as an artist, because there's so much connection happening on like a collaboration level, right? Anytime you meet somebody else, like they're down to work together, help together, brainstorm together. So yeah, I agree. I think on a day-to-day basis, for sure, if you can focus on that. But the problem is they're not focusing on that. Some of them don't even interact with other humans. A lot of them. They come in and they're on their cell phones and they're not like, they're not seeing the people around them or forming those connections. They're just seeing what's, on a screen, which I'm trying to tell them is.
And maybe it didn't click with us at that age too. We might not have had the same screens in the same places, but we were probably out to lunch a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. I'm like, maybe I just didn't realize it, that like there was the man and he was doing all these terrible things. And there was, there was still all those things when we were kids.
I think a lot of these things clicked for me when I walked across Canada. I think that was
bananas.
A real demonstration in what I'm talking about with the individual, because no matter how much trouble we got into on that, no matter how bleak things seemed, somebody came through and helped us.
Yeah.
Right when we needed it. And it was usually a stranger because we're in a different place every day.
Right. Yeah, being able to ask for like a bed to sleep in or something to eat or you're like the real life Terry amazing. Fox.
Well, I wouldn't say that because
was that the inspiration?
He's a hero.
He's a hero.
That guy had a terminal illness and was running across the country on one leg.
Yeah.
I was walking across on two.
You're lazy.
I am.
I'm just kidding. That's incredible.
But when that comparison comes up,
I know.
And people do throw that at me from time to time.
Yeah, you're always like, I know.
It's not the same.
I think, like any pilgrimage idea, though, is really special.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
It was a coming of age journey. It definitely kind of changed like who I am.
Yeah. It was your Eat, Pray, Love.
Yeah.
Off air, I was saying our upcoming trip to Peru is going to be my Eat, Pray, Love.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. That was your walk across Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly, though. What inspired that? And then taking the steps to do it?
It was how much I was walking at work. I mean, we're talking days before step counters. Nowadays, everybody knows how long they're walking any given day. Like, look, I walked this many kilometers.
Right.
At the time, I was just kind of curious. But also, the girl I was with at the time, her grandfather would tell these stories about World War II, where he was from Slovenia and he was put in a concentration camp, and he very blasé would say that he just walked away from it. Like, I didn't like it very much, so I left. Where'd you go?
How'd you get out?
How'd you get there? I walked. And so I'm having family dinner looking across the table from this gentleman. I just wanted to be able to converse on a level where I understood a little bit of what he had done.
Right.
Things like that. Just an experience I wanted in my life, but that's a good example of what contextualized it for me.
Wow. And then you started the planning. How long did it take?
To plan it or to do it?
Do it.
8 months. From April of 2009 to December of the same year.
Wow. Is that what you guesstimated? Because you were trying to finish before real winter hit?
I was just trying to get across in between the snow. Yeah, I mean, It snowed on us on the drive out to Halifax where we started.
Oh my gosh, right.
And it was snowing by the time we finished. So we couldn't have gone much earlier or much later.
That's wild.
What was the finish?
Victoria, BC.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Mile 0 of the Trans-Canada Highway.
Wow.
Were you in the best shape of your life?
I got pretty acclimatized to walking 40 clicks a day. That's what we settled into.
Wow, that's amazing.
I was trying to bite off a bit more than that at first, but it was too much.
Yeah.
And I kind of hurt myself at first. So
like
3 days in, the transmission went on the support vehicle, but that was okay because I needed a couple of days because I had hurt myself. So while the van got fixed, I rested up a couple of days. And we got put up by a wonderful human being named Robert Laddie, who was the tow truck driver who towed the support vehicle that had died.
Oh my gosh. And that was your angel that day.
He put us up in his house while that thing was fixed for a few days and showed us around Five Islands, Nova Scotia, and drove us around. And
that would have been the part that hurt the most, is I wouldn't be, once you walk that far, you're like, I'm going to sightsee now. You're like, I need to sit down.
I was sitting down soaking my feet. I started putting like dancer's tape on after that and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, just the rubbing of your feet together. Oof.
Did you wear shoes?
I definitely wore shoes.
Oh my gosh.
I wore through shoes.
Yeah.
Probably about 5 pairs on that trip, more or less.
Come on.
Should have been more, probably.
Yeah.
Like they were all pretty thoroughly done by the time I got rid of them.
I wish this was a documentary. I would watch this.
We shot some film of it. There is a music video, if you'd like to see it in a very abbreviated form.
I would.
It was called You Know I Would.
Okay.
Rod Standish.
You Know I Would, Rod Standish. Okay.
If you look that up on YouTube, the video is still up there.
Yes.
It's like a 5-minute version of that walk.
Okay.
Set to a song.
That's wild. What was the year again?
That was 2009 that I did that. It was 2012 by the time I released the album. I recorded that with Ethan Rising. And it was just about 3 years that we spent recording that record.
Wow.
That is wild. Good for you. What an exciting... I remember you telling me about it, but I feel like I didn't get to properly ask you all the questions about it, so it's great.
Yeah, I think social media
was
young, but I remember like catching wind of that a couple times.
You're like, he's what?
Wild. Yeah.
It's great. Have you done something like that? No. I'm joking.
Yeah, no, I haven't walked across Canada. I've done a lot of walking.
Yet.
Oh my gosh. Don't put that pressure on someone.
It's like throwing that word on the end of sentences.
Sure.
Imagine doing it again. You're like, never.
It crossed my mind.
Yeah?
I don't know that I ever would, but it's crossed my mind.
Yeah, we've driven across.
I hope the time management person tells you this is a bad idea.
Oh, I'm sure she wouldn't let my imagination get carried that far away.
No.
I've said a few times, why don't we try walking across Niagara?
Yeah.
Let's start there.
For sure. That's
Start
a goal
small.
in itself. I can do that
practical.
probably.
Yeah.
That is practical.
Got the itch for it.
So I just wanted to kind of talk about, I know you've mentioned a few and you got some CDs with you. This is awesome. Hopefully, Jacob, can you take some pictures and videos?
Can I?
Yeah, I want to see this. This is a stack of your records.
Like I say, this is kind of my Cole's notes of where I've been.
Yeah, I love
anticipating
this.
having to talk about. So we were just talking about walking across Canada. So that's the oldest one in the stack is
I love
The Walk.
that.
Only available on vinyl.
Amazing.
I never did CDs of this one.
Yeah.
And came out in 2012. Like I say, we wrote it in 2009 while I was walking.
Wow.
Recorded that with Ethan Rising, and then the follow-up, which you helped me choreograph dance for, was like the next 2 records were Act 1 and Act 2 of Illegally Blind.
We still got to do Act 2.
Yeah, we never did stage the full thing. We ended up as part of In the Soil the second time. Like we staged Act 1 within the Soil.
Yeah.
And then the next year they gave us a room, but I didn't have the personnel to pull it off.
Yeah.
So I ended up just doing the music.
Right.
And we did like a live musical review of Act 2.
Yeah, I remember that. I was trying to get involved. I think that was the year I got pregnant with Annabelle.
I think it was.
Yeah. I'm like, I am 7 months pregnant. Ain't nobody want to see this dancing. Cool. And then?
Those were also recorded with Ethan. After that, I started recording at my buddy
Look at this.
Matt Keegan's studio. Matt,
Yeah.
I knew from touring with Roger Marin. He was Roger's drummer, and he had his own studio. And we had formed the Outlaws of Sherwood. So the first record we did as that group was Gradations of Drunkitude.
I love that.
Yeah, and it was a potpourri of some crazy heavy stuff and some stuff that's almost reggae, some stuff that's kind of folky. Like all these records so far were things where I was throwing everything I had in one pile.
Yeah.
I liked that versatility. I think
Yeah.
I like that too.
Me too. It's very hard to find, most, you can hear a song and then you're like, oh, it'll be variations of that song for the whole album. So
that's definitely not what's going on here. It's kind of all over the place. But
and I think that also is like typical with an artist, right? Because you're just like, I'm so into everything. I don't know what my niche is, and with you, I don't think you will pick a niche.
Not necessarily.
I think you'll just keep in all the things, which is exciting.
Well, it's fun to play everything.
Yeah.
The follow-up to that, which I don't know if you can see this, a Honky Tonk Nightmare. It's an interesting font because it is actually an ambigram, because if I do this, it still says Honky Tonk Nightmare.
What?
Wow.
I love that.
Which I carved into a rock
awesome.
and took the picture. All of, after Gradations of Drunkitude, I was starting to do carvings and just take pictures of them. I'm not into Photoshop, so I'd rather carve it into a rock.
That's so cool.
I love that.
Wow.
And that's the back of the same rock.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
This one, it was written on piano, and it's a very bizarre and noisy avant-garde kind of record. There's a lot of loud, distorted guitar over top of these piano songs, but we recorded live off the floor with the piano in this barn out in St. David's. So all the vocals that you hear they're sung while I'm bashing away on piano. The guitar, the bass, the drums are in the room at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
Like it was.
The cover looks like an ambient black metal album.
Ambient black metal.
Like, if ambient black metal met honky tonk piano in a Pink Floyd nightmare.
Amazing. Love it.
Pink Floyd nightmare.
After that, the drummer who was on these two records left the band. So the next record was kind of an acoustic record, and
didn't replace the drummer.
Not outright, no. Matt Keegan, who ran the studio, if I needed some percussion, would kind of sit in. There's one song on here, the final song that the drummer played on this group, was recorded ahead of the rest of the record, and then the rest of the record just ended up being an acoustic record.
Ah, okay.
We're kind of going through transitions at that point.
Yeah.
At this point, me and Mel are the band.
Right.
Like it's our project.
You're just trying to find other players that are like working and that you like.
Yeah,
But
that
cool.
fit.
I really like this record though. We went through recently and I listened to all this stuff, and some of it I hadn't heard in years.
Yeah.
And some of it I'm like, that's pretty crazy. Who the heck wrote this?
Yeah.
What state of mind was he in at the time?
I was just gonna ask, what's your writing process like?
I tend to write albums instead of songs. I tend to go to sit down and pour out a bunch of stuff at once.
Yeah.
And then sift through it later. And
cool.
Yeah. I kind of end up doing the same thing. I'll kind of zone in on like one genre, and sometimes it'll do a good long run, and sometimes I'll do maybe 2 or 3, and then those will just be some weird little thing that gets tucked away somewhere. But yeah, I don't know. It's always good to jump around, I guess.
I always liked listening to full albums
Us
as
too.
a kid too.
Oh, same.
Like,
Yeah.
Still now.
Yeah.
I can't deal with the whole Spotify playlist things. I'm like, no, I'm not learning. Like, I want it to feel like I'm interviewing this person. I want to feel the whole like piece of work together, Even like the actual tangible thing we'll talk about sometimes where we've lost that. People are just coming out with a single and it's got a an icon. It's not the full like piece of work, like picking your art on the front and the back, and your like, do you have your lyric list, all that stuff. Like, it's a full piece of work for us. We feel the same way. Yeah, I love that.
Mel took that picture. It's the fire pit in our backyard.
Aww,
at the time.
So cute. Oh, and it's called Fireside?
Confession.
I love that.
Nice.
I cannot believe how much work you guys have. This is unbelievable.
Like I say, we're releasing the 5th record from this band. So the 4th one then was Jam in Perpetuity.
Okay.
which was recorded live during a web stream. We did a live stream event during COVID.
I heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah. And
very cool.
Matt Keegan played drums for us on that project, so the three of us were playing live off the floor.
So awesome. He's a wild guy, eh?
Yeah, he's a character.
Yeah.
Great drummer.
I feel like I just saw him recently. What band is he playing in now? Or he's just always jumping all over the place?
He's doing some of these Hotel California shows with us, too.
Okay.
Me and him and Anthony Bonding played in a band called The Cocktails.
Yeah. I watched a whole bunch of your, I think it was music videos.
Yeah. There's 3 albums from that band.
Wow.
And
constant. Just nonstop.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's been a lot.
Yeah, I saw this too, The Evil Monster.
That's my my metal project. So I've got.
That's awesome. I gotta check it out.
4 of those.
I did say that to Jacob. I'm like, he
right?
loves metal. I'm like, you have to listen to this.
Yeah, Evil Monster 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Wow.
Oh no way! There's 4 of them.
Yeah, and all of those
That's
are
awesome.
like, again, analog art that I did for the covers. So like this is carved in the back of a road sign. So that one's about 3 foot by 3 foot,
come on, that's so
and I
cool.
carved it in with a power drill.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then this one was a block of cement about 1.5 feet by 8 inches or something like that. And I took a hammer and a screwdriver and carved that out of it.
Come on, that's awesome.
Gosh.
And then that's sitting on the roof of my Suburban. That's a luggage rack it's sitting on.
Oh
And
my
it's
god.
just
How big
against
is
the
it?
sky. Like I say, it's only like 1.5 by 8 inches.
Okay,
something
okay.
Like that. So
That's
it's like
still a lot of work.
block
Yeah.
with a hammer and a rusty screwdriver.
Yeah. We're obviously, obviously you can look online and similar to like the pyramids of Egypt or where we're going is like in Machu Picchu.
Okay.
So you knowing that you did this with a screwdriver and a rusty nail, that's how they suggest that these places were built.
That's great.
Yeah, just
Right? Doesn't it look the same?
Tenacity.
How long do you think it took? Give or take, you know?
Yeah, I could count it in hours.
Yeah.
Over the course of a couple of weeks, I probably did that an hour at a time here and there.
So Giza would have taken, 16,000 years.
Well, they probably
Give
had
or take.
a lot of slaves.
Yeah,
like,
a bunch of armies for sure. That's how they did it.
This one was a roll of solder into a clay mold.
Wow.
And then I took a picture of it on the snow.
Oh, okay. I thought it
wild.
almost looked like driftwood on a beach or something.
Yeah.
That's so
cool.
fun. Yeah, we were listening to it by the pool the other day. I was telling my kids, I'm like, we're having them on the podcast.
Nice.
They liked it. They were like dancing to it on the pool. The
That's
pool
cool.
deck. Yeah, it was awesome.
And then this was the newest of that's the most recent thing I put out, actually.
That's what we were listening to.
This I put out from my home studio. All of these ones were done at Keegan's.
Okay.
And then this is the first thing I've done that I've released from home.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's a new thing, a home studio?
It's kind of a full circle thing because before Ethan and The Walk, I was recording at home.
Okay.
But in a much more primitive sense. That's going back a ways.
Mm-hmm.
But I invested in a couple of things and started working at home again.
It's so nice when you can work from home.
And this one is carved out of wood.
Nice.
Very
I
cool.
was planning to use it to cast the next one. I wanted to push this into kinetic sand and then do a metal
Mold?
lead pour of it.
Yeah. Wow. So much art. I love it.
That only leaves Rodzilla, which is the funk project I have going, where this is
Okay.
stuff I wrote on bass.
Okay.
Mel played saxophone on these records.
What?
She played
yeah.
some harp on the first one.
Amazing.
Yeah, you should see her harp. Like she's got one of those.
Oh, full size?
Almost. It's a lever harp, but it's pretty big. 30,
Wow.
38 strings on that one.
Come on.
It's fun.
That's crazy.
It's hard to take out, though.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
going to
yeah.
say, what do you use it on?
Just enjoyment at home.
Funk
Yeah.
records.
Yeah.
Funk
Yeah.
records. All right. Wow. So fun.
It's so inviting. Like when you walk home, walk in the door and somebody's playing harp when you come in. Like
Oh
it's,
my goodness.
Sure. It's like the lobby of every incredible hotel video, where you walk into the lobby and there's a harp there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's magical.
When did you start playing that?
Right before COVID, I had this goal. I was like, I need a harp.
Wow.
And then actually it was about a year before I saved up and I got my first harp. And then like a week before COVID, I just was like, you know what? I'm getting this one. There was something online and we drove up, we bought it, and then I came home and we spent the lockdown listening to me playing harp for just like ever. Yeah.
Was it hard to learn?
I'm self-taught, so like music is you're always learning. So it's kind of the joy of it is learning and experiencing new things and taking things on guitar and bass and playing the harp.
Yeah.
Putting it out on the harp. It's neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still pretty green at the harp, I would say, compared to some of the amazing things that you can hear out there.
We have a really artist that we love is Joanna Newsom, right? Have you heard of her?
Oh, yeah.
Joanna Newsom?
The name rings a bell.
Oh, yeah. Of Joanne Jane?
Huh. I don't know what that is.
Okay, no, I don't know.
It's a band that you thought she was in?
Yeah.
I think she only plays on her own, but actually I'm not sure.
I'm totally thinking
Maybe
of somebody else.
No, maybe you're right. Maybe she plays in that band and I just haven't caught up with
I'm
her
bad
recently.
with names.
She's, check her out. Joanna Newsom,
Is she a harpist?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
she's a harpist and she like sings too. Her like vocals are really like raw and kind of all over the place and
That sounds cool.
Yeah, she's love it. But yeah, I think it's hard to like find that instrument and it's not, I wouldn't say hard, but it's not something that people are like typically going out and seeking it. So yeah, when you find an artist that plays it, it's wonderful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's like
Speaking
fairy
of
music.
It is.
Yeah.
It lowers
the music of the fairies.
Lowers your blood pressure immediately.
Right? It's so relaxing. Yeah.
taking songs from other instruments, I remember it was New Year's and me and you were at like the falls at when they were doing the big celebration down there, and I think we left early and it ended up just me and you. And we were like, oh, it's still early. Let's go downtown.
Oh yeah, we walked to Taps.
We just, I forget where it was, somewhere that had a piano, but we're walking by, and you were, I think it was Old Crow.
Oh yeah, it was that Old
like
Crow,
that.
totally.
I used to play every Friday at the Old Crow.
Oh, that would have been it.
Yeah, would have been it.
But you were playing like Motorhead, Ace of Spades on the piano,
That
and
makes
we're just walking
Checks
down,
out.
and I hear that in there. I was like, that's such an amazing rendition of that, like on just single piano. It's so good.
That whole thing was an exercise in throwing myself under the bus just to have the pressure to learn piano better. Like, so I walked into that bar and the piano was in there, and I looked at it. I was talking to the owner. And I was like, "Is that just furniture, or does
Did someone play that?
Yeah, is that here for looks?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's mostly here for looks, but like it works." I'm like,
Yeah.
"If I came here every Friday and played it, would you pay me?" It's like, yeah, I guess I would do that.
Amazing.
So I ended up going there every Friday for a year playing piano. And the first few times I went, I brought a guitar with me thinking, I'm going to run out of songs. Like, there's no way I can do this. Cause,
Right.
like I said, I've been playing guitar since I was 10. I've been playing piano since I was 30.
Yeah.
So I can get by on it, but it's all smoke and mirrors. It's like I learn a specific piece or I know the chord progression and I can translate, but that's what it feels like. It's translation. It's like I speak English, but now I'm trying to recite poetry in German.
Yeah.
I learned on piano when I was a kid, and I was grateful for my parents putting me through that. But then, I got into punk, and I just started playing punk on guitar, and I was, didn't want anything to do with the piano for a long time. So I still feel like I think like a guitar player, and when I go back to playing piano, it is this weird, like translation.
Yeah.
It's funny.
But I find it fun, and like
Oh, yeah.
as I was doing these
That's
funk
great.
records too, like it gave me an excuse to do a lot of the keys as well. So I'd write it on bass, but then I'd go through and do a layer of guitar because that's easy, and then I'd go through and do a layer of keys. I'd swear a few times. I do a lot of keys, but get some keys.
Let's try again.
But it gives me an excuse. Like, here's another dozen tunes I got to play keys on.
Yeah. It's so good for your brain and like to keep working on stuff like that. It's exciting as an artist. I think we're ready for a break.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, wait. Let's do this because typically we have our musicians play in the middle, but you guys have something new coming out. So you want to tell us about the new project, the new album, and then what the listeners are going to hear on the break.
Absolutely. So we finished the fifth Outlaws of Sherwood record, and it's called First and Last. The opening track is a song called All My Thoughts Collide, which got that phrase from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Actually, it was a description of Arthur in a panicked state. But I really liked the visual depiction of your thoughts smashing together, because there's times where you get so flustered and you just can't string something together that your thoughts are actually colliding.
Right.
And, that's where the lyrical inspiration came for that. Anyways.
Amazing. All right. We will be back.
All right.
My thoughts are swirling.
right, we are back. We are sitting down with the so talented Rod Standish and Melody VanSchaik. Yes.
Yep.
I tried to say it to other people and I was like, why am I saying this wrong? So yeah, it's been amazing so far. So we're gonna do a quick. I want to get some like words of wisdom from you guys. I feel like you're just beacons of creativity and knowledge.
Ooh. Tall order.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just curious. I mean, you're dabbling in all the arts. Now you're getting into, like the musical aspect. You're making art for your cover, physical, visual arts. How do both of you, picking up new instruments, how do you guys stay so creative after all these years?
It just feels natural. I mean, that's just who we are at this point, I think. Mm-hmm. I turn around and I create something.
Yeah. Is it something you just like sit up in the morning, or is it like laying in bed at night?
Both.
Both. Every time I sit down.
I'm going to say there was a definitive point in my 20s where I started actively thinking about art projects as I went to sleep, and that I would be working on them in my dreams, basically.
Wow, come on.
And past that age, I very, very rarely remember my dreams.
Okay.
So there was a time before that where I would, but then I got into the habit of I'd go to sleep practicing guitar scales or something. And I'm told that sometimes I'm like drumming in my sleep or thrashing around and playing something in my sleep.
These teeth drums. The teeth drums or the tapping. Counting to 11. And then I'll wake up and I'll be like, wow, I've got this pentatonic thing going through my head and it's all the way up the fretboard. And then I know I'm just tapping into like Rod writing a new song. I know it's coming.
Amazing. Yeah. I love that. It's like like a couple's telepathic.
Sometimes, that's what makes the music work.
I was just going to say, that's probably why your collaborations are so comfortable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Melody's always been a very intuitive player. And I think that we've rubbed off on each other in that way, where there's a lot of things that in the beginning of our collaboration, where if I was explaining something that was a little bit more like thought out or metrical or that sort of thing, she'd be like, get away, don't
play it. Yeah, I'll jump in, I'll do it.
Exactly.
I don't need a tutorial.
I don't need to focus on here, just let me do it.
Yeah.
We'll do something else.
But I feel like your tolerance and patience for that sort of thing has grown, and my willingness to not explain it has probably grown as well.
That's very true. I've learned a lot from Rod. Like, he's taught me so much, and just playing together, like, my whole musicality has just grown dramatically just by being, beside him and talking and just being human beings.
Yeah. Yeah, I think both are really important. I always say that to, like, people playing. I'm always so jealous of people that have, like, a musical ear that are really intuitive and can just, like, jump on without all the explanation behind it, because I always needed that. But I think that it is true. It's, like, a nice blend, right? When you can put both together, like, information's good, details are good, paying attention to details are good, but then at the end of the day, it's that finesse. It's that, like, just coming in with, like, the emotional and the gifted musicality part, right?
You need them both.
You need them both.
Backbone of information just propels you so much further in your creativity.
Yeah, especially when you get into the writing process, right?
I find that as I get older, the stuff that is intuitive, I won't bother to analyze it. There may have been a time where I would have been inclined to, but like if something's working, it's working. And it's when you get to those hiccups or roadblocks where something isn't working, that having a toolkit or communicating what it is or what it could be speeds up the process.
Totally. Yeah.
Try this, so then you need a language for what this is.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you do need to establish, and like communicating with a partner on any level is hard, especially when it's something like that that's so detail oriented, especially when one has a vision and you're trying to like bring the vision to fruition, you know? Where's your telepathy in our sleep? I gotta mansplain everything. And he's like this. It's role reversal. I'm trying to explain something. He's like, no, nope, just let me do it.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do it.
Yeah,
like
stop telling me I'm gonna do it. Love it. What's one thing that you wish more people understood about being a working musician? Because that really does come up a lot in our podcast, in our community, because it's like, this is real. I'm not fooling around. This is my job. This is how I make my livelihood, you know?
One thing that I wish more people understood is that even when it looks effortless, that it's taken a lot of effort to get it to look that effortless.
Yeah.
And people sometimes they'll come and like, well, you do it so naturally, and like it can't be that hard for you at all, sort of thing. And at that point, you want a little bit of kudos for like, well, that's because I've done it all my life. You know?
Yeah, I worked my butt off at this. Yeah. I think it's crazy. It does seem like kind of like a backhanded, it's a compliment, but they don't maybe realize that it comes off as being like, you're taking, not me for granted, but, you're taking for granted all the work that it does take to get to this point, right? And I think, again, that's always been like my wish for people is that same thing, is that they really understand the work that goes involved. And again, artists are always like underpaid and undervalued and it's always us like running around for scraps and trying to like put ourselves out there and try to solicit ourselves, right? Not being like valued in the way that really, when they pay you, they're like,
financially
what?
is a whole other thing.
Right? Yeah, I think that's kind of what I was getting at as like a working musician. Like, this is my livelihood. They're like, well, you're paying for 2 hours. Okay, do you know how many hours it took me to rehearse to get me to this point of these 2 hours? Like, it's not worth my hourly rate at an hour. I've been working for, the last 6 months on like this repertoire or something. So yeah, I'm always the one to go to the finances because I'm the business person. I don't know. But yeah, I think it really, I'm always the one trying to advocate for artists and musicians because people really don't realize the hours that it takes behind the scenes to get yourself into a performance state. And it does look effortless and it looks like it's so easy.
Absolutely. I mean, we still go out and play cover gigs at bars and that sort of thing.
You gotta pay the bills.
And it's a kind of a date night almost at this point too. So we'll go out and play like Cool Hand Luke's or something like that, or Roast House or whatever.
Right.
And play a bunch of Elvis tunes and Beatles tunes and stuff from our childhood, stuff that we know so deeply that we don't have to really get into it ahead of time to do it. It comes out of us naturally. Because if you're working on all these originals or you're working on this project, that play, whatever other stuff.
Learning new songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have this instant connection where we could go play rockabilly all night without blinking, really.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess, and is why people get to the point where they take it for granted. Even yourself. Because you're like, we could do this, no problem, no rehearsal, come on, let's pay the hydro bill, let's do this.
But yeah, it makes for an interesting sort of date night. And then you do get paid and come home with it.
Yeah. Yeah. We talk about that too. We say this is like our date night. We're just doing the podcast, Otherwise the life gets so busy that you don't sit down together to like work on stuff together. Unless you count cleaning the kitchen. Cleaning the kitchen date night. Amazing.
It can be.
Yeah. How was your relationship? I guess I'm thinking more of like your relationship with each other changed over the years through music, but the question actually was, how was your relationship with music changed? So you can answer either one or both.
I think it's grown better on both fronts. I think that, like I say, Mel's intuitive nature and my analytical nature have kind of met in the middle on the musical front. Mm-hmm. But romantically, too. I mean, we've been together for almost 10 years at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm the happiest I've ever been in that way, too.
Aww, you guys are so cute. 10 years. Do you have like an anniversary date coming up? That's huge.
It'll be in the spring, yeah.
Yeah, in the spring sometime.
Cool.
But yeah, we got engaged last July, and
yay!
So that's
exciting. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went on a little camping trip up to Tobermory, and
it's my favorite.
Yeah.
So
we
nice.
love Tobermory so much. Have you been there before?
Yeah, a couple of times, but
No. Okay.
that was your first time up there.
It was.
Oh,
although we passed through it on the way to Espanola before.
That's true, but that was just like a drive-through.
Yeah.
Take the ferry.
Okay. Did you stop in Espanola?
Yes.
And how did it smell?
We stayed overnight. We had a gig
yeah?
there. Yeah, we
I've
played
got
a
some
party.
friends who live up there, and they put on a good house concert.
Oh,
so that's like
fun.
the main attraction of going through there.
Okay.
They really bailed me out coming home from that walk across Canada too, because we got in a car accident on the way home from that trip.
Oh my
The
god.
filmmaker fell asleep. It was his support vehicle.
Right.
He fell asleep behind the wheel
Oh my
while we were driving along the coast of Lake Superior. We're just about in Sault Ste. Marie. I wake up with him swearing and snow coming up over the windshield, and we grind to a stop, and then water starts pouring in under the doors, and it comes in right up to the top of the seats. We're in a ditch.
Oh my god.
Killed the engine, hot engine into a cold water. Done.
Oh my gosh.
Tow truck towed the what was left of the vehicle for the price of scrap. The cop on the scene loaded everything that we had, and I'm talking 3 guys, computer,
all the gear, the
guitars,
musical stuff,
backpacks, camping gear, everything we had into the cop car. So I'm sitting in like shotgun in a cop car with a plastic tote on my lap with stuff piled into it up to my eyeballs. And we drove that way into Sault Ste. Marie to go ask for a free room at the hotel we stayed in on the way out.
Right.
I called these friends in Espanola where I had a house concert set up on the way home. They drove from Espanola to Sault Ste. Marie, picked us up.
Oh my
We went back to their place, played the show. My dad drove from Port Colborne to Espanola, watched the show, and drove us home.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
So like,
what a story.
I like Espanola. There's some good people
Yeah,
there.
okay, I'm sorry I called it Fart Town in my head.
That's right. Everybody's got a different experience with it.
We have a great story because, we were trying to meet up with friends. So, same thing. We were in Tobermory and we were trying to go. Did we go this way that time? We went to Chutes? No, we were going down through Tobermory. We were going to do the Chichimon. And we were in Espanola.
Oh,
no, sorry.
that was our trip across Canada.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have a funny
Yeah.
story in Espanola. So we were calling our friends from Sudbury, and we're like, "Oh, let's meet in Espanola," because we were gonna go here, and then we were going down to.
It's a crossroads.
Pardon?
It's a crossroads.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was
It's
like
right
coming from this way to
from
this
the
way.
ferry or coming over either Great Lake.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
gonna go down through Manitoulin and end up in Tobermory and then do Tobermory down. Anyways, we called and we said, let's meet for lunch in Espanola. So when we got there, I was like, why didn't you tell me this town smelled like this? He was like, I just thought you knew. Like, everyone knows up here.
Well, there's no Hamilton.
No,
that's true.
No, it's a
Actually,
paper mill town. It's
I
got
know.
its own smell.
Good old Espanola. Awesome. Well, congratulations. You got any plans going?
No date set in stone
no date
yet.
set yet.
Although I'd like to kind of do it opposite of her birthday, because her birthday's so close to Christmas that she only gets one end of the year to celebrate.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd kind of like to give her something else to
Sucky.
celebrate on the other half. You know?
Yeah.
Summertime.
How close to Christmas are you?
December 20th, 21st.
Oh, yeah. You probably always have to share your birthday with Jesus.
Always, which is fine, which is great.
He's cool. He's cool. Awesome. All right. If you could go back and tell your child self, if you give them some advice, what would you say?
You go ahead.
Don't give up. Keep practicing. And, always be singing. Always be singing and using your voice.
Yeah. The voice is something that you can shy away from, right? And if you don't practice it, it's something, I've even found with the kids now, we do a lot of like karaokeing or whatever. And if I am practicing, it's just getting better and better. If I'm not, then it does go away.
Yeah, I'll say that. Karaoke at home really helps.
Karaoke at home is great.
Oh, it's so important. Like, I love karaoke.
I know. It's so fun. We should take it on the road. Just kidding.
It might help with the elevation and the breath. And
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I can't imagine. Yeah, you hear all kinds of stories about people like going to train there and like run there and stuff at high altitudes, anywhere high altitudes, because it's like, I feel like we're gonna come home being like superhuman after practicing breathing up there.
Sure, hopefully.
Yeah. How about you, Rod?
I would say I would tell younger me to practice how you sound more than how you look.
Because you were worried about your costumes and your
Like I
slick
said,
back hair.
The second
your
I got
fake
that first
sideburns.
guitar, I'm posing with it. You know,
Yeah.
it was a prop for me at first. And I don't think I've been too guilty of that my whole life or anything, but I do think that it's an important thing for a young musician to know.
Yeah.
That like there's something that you get into it because of the image of it. You fall in love with the idea of it.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of dedication right from the get-go.
Yeah. What's your what's your connection and your partnership? Like, how do you view the audience? You know, to obviously, you need that part. You need the audience. So how do you feel about, you know, the audience in front of you?
That's a great question, because I think a good audience has as much skill as the musician. I think that I've played in front of people who are, you know, just there to drink beer and they're just being entertained. You're playing a cover gig in a bar somewhere. And then I've played for people who are genuinely there to listen, who are genuinely interested in what you're doing.
Yeah.
And the difference is night and day.
Yeah.
So like
just having that appreciation, right, for your art and your craft.
I think what the scene around here could use is a professional audience.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, I feel like that. Lots of times when we go to shows, well, and like more recently, when we go to shows and everyone has their phones out or they're trying to yell at each other over the musician, I'm like, why are you here? Oh, I get it like on a tiny little level because I'm trying to teach a class and the kids or the parents are yelling over top of it. And I always think about that. I'm like, this is what it's like for a musician. Putting themselves out there, getting on stage, like how much like bravery it takes to get on a stage and put yourself out there and show someone your art, and then they're screaming and yelling to like talk about their, you know, mom's barbecue the day before. I'm like, go home and talk about mom's barbecue. Like, so yeah, I agree. I think the connection with the audience, I agree. I'm as a performer that like it's night and day. People are locked in, they're tuned in, you know, and the hardest thing is on the flip side to remind yourself that it's not you.
Absolutely. I think
they're not intentionally being a jerk to you.
I've dabbled in enough different genres and projects that sometimes I have a consideration for what type of audience the music attracts when I'm making it. Because I really do love making metal, for example.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of the most fun things you can do is pick up a guitar and play a bunch of metal riffs and shred. And it's fun. Yeah.
So fun.
And technical.
And metal fans are intense.
Yeah.
And there have been some times where like I was playing in a band called Rudy Quasar years ago.
I remember that.
Was in a heavier vein, but also a very silly band.
Yeah.
And there was times where the audience was almost scary. There was times where it was like it's moshing, it's smashing stuff apart. There's some people maybe who are attracted to the thing who are a tad on the violent side, or maybe even have some mental health issues.
They're trying to get their rage out.
Yeah, and like I'm not trying to profile or say anything negative about because I like that stuff too.
Yeah,
you know. And I went. And
I want to whip my hair around.
I've been in my fair share of mosh pits.
Yeah,
but I do think about it for a half second when I'm making like I haven't been taking that stuff out the door live much.
Okay.
And I'm like, if I did, where do I find the audience who would really appreciate the musicianship of it, show the respectful right energy to it,
right?
But starting on a local scale, like not be violent.
Yeah,
you know?
I know. There comes to a certain age where you're like, I don't want anyone getting a bloody nose in my honor.
Yeah, I want an audience to be safe.
Yeah,
you know?
I know. It ruins the fun when all of a sudden someone's actually physically hurt or getting trampled on, or yeah, it's true. It's whatever music you're playing, it does like invoke certain emotion in your audience too, right? I mean, that's the beauty and the magic of music, is that it inspires people to like move and do and act, and you know their facial expressions change and their body language changes, and it changes the interaction between each other. So yeah, that's why I love music festivals. Because you're going from one to the next. I feel like it's just this, like, you know, you're like bipolar, you know? You're just like, oh, I'm sad. Okay, now I'm happy now. This is fun. I want to beat someone up. Yes. It's great. It's fun for people with lots of emotions. All right. Lastly, what is next for you guys? You have upcoming projects. You said some things are on the go. You have the new record. So yeah, tell us all the ways that we can find you and check you guys out.
Well, this record that's coming out right now, like I say, it's called First and Last. It's the 5th record from the Outlaws of Sherwood. It's going to be up on all the usual platforms, YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, all that stuff.
Amazing.
And if you type in Outlaws of Sherwood, First and Last, you'll find it. If
Perfect.
you need more than that, the song we played you already was called All My Thoughts Collide. I'd like to leave you with Love Can Never Fail, which is the closer for the record.
Amazing.
There's a little bit of an orchestral kind of bent to the outro of it. It's definitely thinking about the Beatles a lot, writing it. It was written kind of coming out of COVID. I had like an argument with somebody that I really cared about, and felt that we were both on opposite sides of that issue at the time. We had some different beliefs.
A lot of that happened during COVID.
And everything worked out.
Okay.
But at the time it was fairly tense, and I just felt that love conquers all. And that's at the end of the day, the people that you care about, you want to be with them. Totally.
Oh, I love that. Well, thank you guys so much. This is wonderful sitting down with you guys. We can't wait to catch up again. And thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah. Good night.
Don't forget to follow us on Spotify and you'll never miss a podcast.
Good night.
Extend the silent treatment, hoping I would come around. Fanatical extremism is rarely solid ground.